Welcome back to my continuing adventures on Snowrunner on PlayStation 4. We're on episode 37 with me, MrSealyp. So, moving on from the last episode we did, I'm now looking at doing probably pier recovery. I've been going around looking at various different jobs. I want to do the bridge, that's going to be coming up. This requires concrete slab and oversized cargo, which is going to be interesting. Where do I need to get those from though? Concrete slab's going to have to come from the next map over on quarry, or go all the way through to drowned lands where I got the concrete slab from before. But Tager, I'm going to put actually no, this was suggested to me. If we go down and take the add-ons off, and if you don't put a saddle on at all, saddle high or saddle low, if you leave them off, so that's plain on the back, there will be nothing on it. When you then go to a trailer store to get a trailer, it will automatically put a saddle on for you depending on what you put on, which I didn't know, so thanks for that top tip. You know who you are. Because if you turn up with a low or a high and you're trying to put an opposite trailer on, it won't let you because you've got the wrong saddle on. But if you turn up without a saddle on and then pick a trailer, it automatically puts the saddle on. Now I'm going to go for the step deck, I think. Again, that was recommended by a few people after I did the other one where I was going out to the shipwreck and I used the low loader. A few people said they used the step deck. It's a bit wider, it's sort of in between, it's not very low, not very high, works quite well. So what I've got to do now is get an oversized load and take it down the map to the pier. This is going to be interesting. It's actually quite long. I keep doing that, it's driving me mad. Yeah, this is long. Because you've got the gooseneck bit over the top there, or the fifth wheel attachment point there, not gooseneck specifically, is it? And this load, now it's weird because a lot of people said this load requires 3 load slots, points. But when I tried to do this on quarry, I took a trailer with 3 and it wouldn't let me, so I ended up going with one with 4. Probably help if I actually activated the job, wouldn't it? Right, we are tracking. Where are we going? There's not an easy route for this, is there? Let's be honest. If I take the road, I haven't been along that bit there where the bridge is out. It doesn't look great. In fact, it's quite sketchy with the really steep hillsides there. So I'm looking at coming across the top here, really. I'll do what I always do. I'll start out, head the route I think, but the problem is what this game does to you. It kind of leads you down that route of, look at this is the way to go, this is the path you want to take, don't go that way. And then when you do take the path you think is going to be the best way to go, turns out to be an absolute nightmare. Now I could change my camera as well and go behind the trailer at this point. But the problem you got is it's a very long trailer, which means that the lorry is a long way ahead of me, and I really want to be able to see. I mean, I want to be able to see whether or not this is tipping. But if I go more towards the cab end, I can always swing the camera around and look back towards the trailer if I need to. I just want to be able to see where my wheels are and what traction I've got, which is far easier from closer down. I really am worried about this thing rolling over, you know. It's deep mud, pretty rough terrain. I'm assuming it's going to be pretty ropey. It's going to be a lot of low range stuff. But as long as I keep moving, at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter how slow it is. Just don't want to topple the load. I don't want to get bogged down. Where I can, on tight turns, I'm going to have to go really wide on this, so I can swing the trailer around behind me, again without twisting it or toppling it. It does seem fairly stable so far. I mean, I haven't gone very far, in all honesty, but... Hug the tree line. I'm just looking at... So I'm just looking at that container on the back, looking at the angle of the roof of the container. What's stuck on? Stuck on something. Oh, that tree I just went over. Have I caught the trailer on it? What if I can just drive over it, back over it, so if I can... Sometimes they kind of break, don't they, or disappear into the ground. Maybe I can get away with that. Give it a bit of welly. How are we doing? How are we doing? Come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. Disappeared into the mud. It's weird, I'll often find... Oh, auto winch. Thanks for that. A lot of people said as well, for doing the auto winch, it's actually easier to auto winch in cab. It does it where you want it to go a lot better, although it's a lot of bouncing backwards and forwards on camera angles to get that to work. So it's, again, it's that kind of catch-22. You just put up with the fact that sometimes doing the auto winch, it doesn't go where you want it to, even when what you're supposed to do is to look in the direction and it kind of goes that way. Please don't go down there. But then sometimes it goes perfectly. I don't really want to be bouncing in and out of the cab. That's not really annoying. Ooh, this looks sketchy. Where am I going? Left here. Left, left, left. Let's go. Swing out wide on this without going over the edge. That'd be great. That does not look good up there, does it? Come on, keep moving. There aren't many winch points here. If I get stuck now, I've had it. I mean, at the end of the day, there's always the ability to unhitch the truck from the trailer and then obviously move and then winch it towards you. Or there's all different ways of doing it, but I don't want to be in that position. I'd rather, if I can... I'm just thinking ahead now as well. I've got to bring 2 concrete slabs through. And like I say, either from drowned lands, which is what I did before, drive them right the way through, which is going to be easier, or I brave the quarry. But regardless, I've got these trees doing me head in. Yeah, I'm just thinking bringing concrete slabs through over this. Wow. Oh, don't tip, don't tip. This is seriously boggy. Winch assist, absolutely needed. We're still moving, that's the main thing. It's all good. How's everyone getting on with this? How far through are you? I know I've said before, I think I'm only up to about level 17 am I now? Thank you to Barris, who messaged me the other day to show me a vehicle coming up further down the line when I get further through the levels. Looking forward to some of these. I know I've mentioned it before. You may be new to my channel. If you are, welcome. If you're not and just enjoying watching a bimbling idiot get stuck a lot, then I'm glad you're back. Thank you for rejoining me. But yeah, I'm not as far through as I could be, and I have mentioned this before, because this is kind of my secondary game in so much as my primary game that I play is Farming Simulator. So Farming Simulator 19 is my bread and butter. That's my game. This is now, I'm almost on an equal footing now. I really enjoy this. I know I've had a lot of people saying one or other. If I do a few Snowrunner videos, people are saying, when are you doing another Farming Simulator? If I do a few Farming Simulator videos, people are asking, when you're doing more Snowrunner. It is far easier to jump on and record a Snowrunner episode than it is to do a Farming Simulator one. That's why sometimes you'll get 2 or 3 Snowrunners and then you'll get a Farming Simulator one. Because this is just a plug and play. You get on, go and do the task, and off you go. Sometimes there's a bit of setup, there's a bit of logistics involved, and a bit of travelling around the maps. With Farming Simulator, especially if you're doing crops and harvesting and sowing, and and you've got a few fields. And I know I have mentioned this before, so I'm sorry if I'm preaching to the converted, and people that know this already. If I decide I'm going to do an episode of planting, and I'm going to plant all of my fields I've got with a particular crop, that can take me 2-3 hours. I won't show all of that. I'll do it as a time lapse, or I'll cut to different bits when I've done each individual field. But the time taken is still 3 hours. Then there's the editing, then there's the posting, the rendering, all the stuff that comes with that. So not only am I playing, I'm obviously then editing and all the rest of it that goes with it. Whereas with Snowrunner, you get on, you play. As I'm playing, I'm recording. You know, I'm talking about what I'm doing. I'm driving along. I'm doing whatever I'm doing. There's not really any prep. There's not any. You know, sometimes I'll do a farming simulator video, and it will take me 3-4 hours of prep work before I even get to the point where I can start recording, because it's something I've set up from the previous episode, and I've got a load of stuff I need to do in the background or whatever. So that's why, unfortunately, you know, if I'm sitting in the evenings and I've done my recording, done my posting, done my editing, and my videos are posted for the day, sometimes in the evenings I'll watch a bit of telly and think, you know what, I'm going to go out and stick a game on. I don't always play Snowrunner or Farming Simulator. Sometimes I'll just come out and I'll put something else on. I do like my rally games, Dirt Rally 2.0 I love putting the VR on, do a bit of that. There's all different games I play. But if I come out in the evenings and just whack Snowrunner on, just have a bit of a play, sometimes when you're just having a bit of a play, you think, I might as well be recording this because I'm driving along anyway. I'm doing this anyway. I might as well record. So that's why then the following day you might have a couple of Snowrunner episodes, because I just sat in the evening just playing, you know. So that's just the way it is. Sorry, I suppose I've got a bit kind of used to it as I'm trundling along, just that kind of drive winch if you get bogged down. Now I'm properly bogged down. Pull myself sideways. I need to get onto dry land somewhere I can get a bit of traction. There we go. As long as I don't tip towards that mud hole. So anyway, yeah, that's the kind of the reason behind it all, and that's what I do and how I do it and why I do it. And that's why I had that. My initial point I was making was it's why I'm not as far through on the XP and leveling up, because I'm not just playing this. If I was playing this 10, 12, 15, 20 hours a day, I would probably be a lot further through if I wasn't having to record and edit and then play other games as well and that kind of thing. So I suppose, yeah, you know, if you are just playing this religiously, you know, this is the game that you've been on since it released, and you're just playing this and unlocking as much as you can, you're going to be way further through, of course. Or you may be completely new to it. In which case, if you are completely new to it, this is what you've got to look forward to. I do want to get back onto Alaska with the Tatterin. I want to have a bit of a bang around in the snow with the Tatterin and see how it copes with the snow. It does really well in the mud. So I'm just incredibly curious, and I haven't done that yet, so I may use that to unlock the next map on Alaska, I think. Just as a test, really. Where am I going now? Left or right? Right. Yep. Otherwise I'm heading out towards the main, one of the ways through back to quarry. I'll be honest, I've got a little bit bogged down here and there, but this hasn't been too bad. I really was expecting to struggle a lot more with this. The oversized loads are big. I mean, the ones that are worse are the oil derricks, you know, the big, you know, when I did that on Black River, blimey, that thing is massive. And I think I've got a job to do on, it's on here, isn't it? I'm sure it's on this one. There's one for oil derrick. Not looking forward to that one at all. But that one I might wait. I might do a bit more in Alaska and some of the others and see if I can unlock some more vehicles, because I'm wondering if I need something a bit bigger, you know. The Tiger is brilliant, I love this, but I'm just thinking maybe a big old monster truck, something huge, you know. I don't know, we'll see what happens. Okay, swing nice and wide on here. Get a bit of daylight. So I've been doing that quite a lot as well. Just, I know initially I was just driving in through the dark, and I like it. I like the headlights on, and that adds an extra challenge. But for viewing, it's not great. So if you're not sure, if you don't know, just go into the main map screen, hit triangle, and it will skip time through 6 hours at a time, I think it is. And you can get through the night fairly quickly, and then off you go again. But you don't have to. You can play during the night if you want. I should have gone a lot wider here. I suppose I could just drive through the fences. I think it's a big difference I found I've been doing on this that I didn't do on MudRunner. On MudRunner I didn't care. I would plough through fences and all the, whatever was on the map. It really didn't bother me. I don't know why. I seem to have been a lot more kind of, what's the word? Cautious, I suppose, maybe. I've been avoiding causing damage. I don't know why. It's weird, isn't it? But we're here. Well, that's the result. Better than expected, although I do have concrete slabs to do next. That's going to be interesting. Well, I might change things up a little bit for the concrete slabs though. Got a bit of a thought in my head. That's always dangerous as well. Right, to take this back to the trailer store. Take the Tiger back. I might swap out vehicles. Well, this looks a little bit different. I took the Tiger and the step deck back, actually just above where the pier was. There's a trailer store, so I just did the trailer there, took the Tiger back, and I've decided to go for a completely different setup. I'm going to get the concrete slabs for this part of the contract. But what I've also done, I thought, I haven't driven the Dan. I haven't really used the Dan. Now this hasn't got race suspension yet, and I've got the best tyres I can get on it for what I've got at the moment. And I haven't really used that trailer I've got behind. I can't remember what it's called now. Anyway, regardless. Plus, the added challenge I'm giving myself to get the concrete slabs is I'm going into the quarry. I avoided it last time. When I opened up the garage, I bought the concrete slabs through from Drowned Lands. And I thought, yeah, I don't want to risk that. But I thought, you know what? Why not? I like a challenge, let's give it a go. I did say the name of the game is avoiding difficult situations. Sometimes you find yourself in them. Sometimes you put yourself in them. So why not? So this is going to get a bit of a workout. My only concern is the Dan's quite long. I haven't got all the upgrades and stuff for it yet, so it's not as mean as it probably could be. But I'm going to do my best with what I've got. The quarry's off to the left. So what route do I want to take through here? Trying to think here. Oh, that's steeper than I thought. The problem is with this, it sits very low, doesn't it? But I think it looks like a gecko. Is it just me? Or do you think it looks like a little bit like a gecko? I don't know. It's just the way my weird brain works, but I suppose I could have. Now, obviously, getting in is a lot easier than getting out. It's all good. I could have gone that way from the house. End result will be the same. So, I'm thinking the gentlest, easiest route in and out is going to be the way to go. Although getting in, like I say, is going to be a little bit easier. I might take a little bit of a shortcut. Let's just see how this thing copes. I'm sure it'll be fine. Now, I still maintain I'm not the best driver out there. I don't claim to be. I don't claim to be an expert off-roader or anything like that. I just don't. That's not who I am. But I do think that I was talking to Baron Papa the other day, and his game, he had a complete massive game crash meltdown type thing and lost everything, and it reset his game, so he's had to go right back to the beginning and start again, which he said is annoying, but what he's finding is it's easier because he knows what to do this time round. But the point I thought as well was you've also learnt a whole load of new skills. You've learnt the dynamics of the game. I'm going to go down here, why not? Let's re-roll it now. That'd be brilliant, wouldn't it? Yeah, getting in's alright. Whoa, maybe not. What was I just saying? Oh, that's just genius. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. You can do it, Gecko. Yeah, because I haven't got the raised suspension, you've got that long, slightly longer front end over the front axle, which has a tendency to dig in. We'll see how we get on with that, because we've got that journey all out once we get back onto Zimnegorsk as well, which is going to be a little bit interesting, isn't it? This doesn't do particularly well with really big rocks either. But anyway, yeah, so I was saying that he's learnt a whole load of new skills. His abilities on the game this is interesting, have increased massively, as has everybody's. You know, the people that played this game on day one claiming to be professionals and experts, and even if you played Mud Runner, you know, thousands and thousands of hours, it was still a new game with fairly new game physics and stuff, and you know, there's still a lot to learn. It was all very different, and I think if you were tackling this a second time, great, turning circle's not great either, you would tackle things differently, and I think as you progress, you tend to have a go at things that you would never have dreamt of attempting when you first started playing. I'm going this way because I think of all the routes out, once I can get past this tight hairpin here, the rest of the route out will be okay. I will show you what I mean. Coming in the way we came in here, you've got this tight one here, so if you drive up there you go up and then round, and you haven't got a lot of space and you've got a lot of steep edges. That's not a great way of going out. I came in down that bit, which was probably the stupid thing to do, but I can't drive back out that way. That's not going to happen. So this is my route out. This is also a hairpin, but I've got no dangerous cliff edge behind it, whereas this one you could lose the lot going off there. So a bit of backwards and forwards in here. We'll get it. I think as well, some of the battle with this is it's the wheel turn, because the wheel turn can be quite slow. It's making sure that before you actually make your turn, your wheels are turned, because it's very easy to back up, start going forward again, and your wheels haven't fully turned yet, and then you find yourself not actually making a turn. I'm stuck on a rock, of course I am. Now, this is where I hope this trailer doesn't tip over. Right, so, hairpin done. The rest of this route out now should be fairly okay. With a vehicle that I'm not particularly au fait with, like I say, I've barely used it since I got it. I do want to find some more upgrades. I want to get the lift kit on this and some chunkier tyres. But it's a bit of a beast. There's a big gap there as well. So you could probably put a crane on that as well as having the back on it, which would be quite a handy setup to have. And I just wanted to try something different. I worry as well, you know, it's very easy to pick your vehicles you love. And of late, the Tatterin and the Taiga have been my go-to vehicles because they're the kind of go-anywhere things. I've been having great fun with them. But then you think to yourself, from a viewer's perspective, you, as well as watching the actual snow running, well, there's not much snow on here, you want to see new vehicles being used, you want to see how they cope with things, and it kind of helps people to decide whether they want to go for something or not. If I stay over to the left here, I'm going to avoid slipping down the side, but for the most part, other than when we go past that little junction there, which has got a bit of an off camber to the right, which I want to try and avoid if I can, but I'm not going to be able to avoid the off camber, but hopefully this is fairly low at the moment. The whole thing sits fairly low. As long as the trailer doesn't topple, again it's not a high-sided one, it might be alright. Don't tilt too much. Come on, go over that rock. There we go. Well, I have to be honest, this is doing way better than I thought it would. And then we just follow it back out. So I thought this was going to be the more challenging part of doing this, but I think now that when we get back onto Zimnegorsk, the deep mud is going to be, because this sits very low. And with that long front end, I've got a funny feeling we're going to get dug in a bit, but Have I hit a rock? Of course I have. Doing so now up to that point. Those mud guards are solid. Okay, just over it. There we go. Barely had to go in low range as well with any of this. Mind you, we'll get out of this muddy bit here. So I'm going left this time, I think. Yeah, we'll go out this way. Oh, there we go. Quarry defeated. There are still a load more missions and bits and bobs to do on here. Vehicle recovery type things. Not vehicle recovery. There's a couple with little tuzzes. You need to take them back to owners, and I've got stuff dotted around on all the different maps that need to be mopped up, which I will do at some point. I think once I've done a bit more on Zimnegorsk, then I'm going to head over, like I said before, and we're going to start tackling the other maps on Alaska, the other maps on Michigan, because I want to bang around, open up a new map. Having opened up Quarry and opened up Zimnegorsk, I want to open up a new map, so... Or new to me anyway, not a new map. But you know what I mean? So, we'll take this to the crossing point, over into Zimnegorsk, and then we've just got the journey over to the pier then. Let's recover this pier. Nice. So when I came through, we've just come back across the entryway back through from Quarry, because you're facing the other way when you come through. So I went round the garage and back so I could turn this around. This is what I was talking about. This sits really low, and when you sink into the mud, you're dragging the chassis and the axles and everything through the mud. This is going to be a lot trickier. And the front of this isn't as high off the ground, and as I already mentioned when I was out on Quarry, the nose extends way over that front axle. To be honest though, it still seems to be working better than I thought it was going to. Definitely needs a suspension lift though. Now for anyone that's watching that will say, or may say, or have, again I've probably mentioned this before, I apologise, but a lot of people will use, I'm not stuck on that tree again, no. They may use a long trailer back for this and just put the two sets of concrete slabs on one trailer. I prefer doing it this way simply because it gives you a bit more articulation and it gives you a bit more flex up and down as well. Please keep going, don't get bogged down. I am anticipating this being a lot harder to get through here than it was with... I thought it would be tricky with the Taiga carrying concrete slabs, but because this isn't fully upgraded yet, I really do think I'm going to struggle a little bit. But I don't know, it's going alright. Yeah, I just find the articulation and that flex up and down for going over rough terrain, I find it personally a little bit easier than using a long trailer. As you can see there, look, you know, the front bit can go down, the back you've just got a lot more movement. But again, that's a personal preference, however you prefer to do it. Well, I am absolutely amazed. Although we have got this horrible bit coming up, haven't we? The Taiga did struggle a bit here. Although this doesn't seem to be having as much trouble getting around here as the Taiga did. That's weird, isn't it? Oh, do I risk it? Or do I back up? Back up, back up. I do not want to tip and lose this now. Right. So now we're coming to the really horrible bit. The Taiga did struggle in here, but we've got the winch. There's plenty of trees around us. We should be alright. It's just a case of bottoming out. That's the problem. No, don't slide, don't slide. Back's gonna go. Please stay. Straighten up, straighten up, straighten up, straighten up. And we're stuck. Wow. Okay. I need to get myself onto something a bit more solid. Blimey. Okay. Low range. Slowing down the acceleration as well, trying to get a bit more grip. Okay, I need to just get a little bit of grip somewhere. So if I can edge forward a little bit, I can hook onto other trees further ahead and pull myself forward. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Just forward a little bit, just a little bit. Just keep it going. Sometimes it's just inches, it's literally, if you can pull yourself a couple of inches forward, you can hook to a different tree, or you can get yourself onto a slightly bit more stable ground. I knew this as well, I was going to get bogged down. Please don't get stuck here. There's got to be something ahead of me I can winch to, surely. Okay. Come on, just put it sideways, put it sideways. Winching from the back of the vehicle often helps a lot more because you can pull yourself forward rather than dragging yourself. You're kind of pushing yourself in a way. Okay, that works. Another step forward. Why am I not moving? Hooked up to the tree. Is there another log in front of me? Oh man, these logs! This does not want to move. Right, I'm going to have to go laterally, aren't I? I'm going to have to try and pull the cab to the left to try and swing round. I've got to get off that log. Where can I attach to? Blimey. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Just get off that. Get off that. I'll try. Oh, it's just pulling me straight back to that log again, isn't it? Just need a jolt, a little jolt to bounce me over it. I could just disconnect the trailer behind me, but I don't want to. I'd rather just try and... Come on, just a bit of a jolt. That's all I need, just to bounce over that log. Nope. The trouble is I'm also aware that I'm burning fuel while I'm doing this. Well, it does seem to be pretty good on fuel economy. Come on. Come on, just bounce over it. Like I say, sometimes it's just inches. Just need to get a bit of purchase. Come on, come on, come on, come on. You beauty. You beauty. Right. We're moving again. Right. Come on, the gecko. Or DARE as I've called it. I think the DARE part was going into the quarry with it. I think that was probably the bit. For all you youngsters out there who might not know who... I mean, DARE's before my time, but I know of DARE, I'll be honest. Pilot of the future. I'm pretty sure the DARE comics, did they run from like 1950 something through to 1960, late 60s I think. I wasn't born until 73, so you know, it was definitely before my time. So if you are young, look it up, look up DARE. Come on. There's plenty of trees if you need them. Although actually, it doesn't seem to need them at the moment. We are rocking and rolling. Which does actually, while I'm doing this, again in the back of my mind I'm thinking ahead, because the Zimnogorsk bridge contract to open up that roadway and that bridge is concrete slabs as well. So I do know now that this will pull it, so there's no reason why the Tiger won't. The Tiger shouldn't have any problem at all doing this. I say any problem, it will still have problems, but I do know I can get concrete slabs through, which means that I can do the bridge one fairly easily. You know, so fairly easily. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's time and patience. I'm going to head out to the side here. Let's get on firm ground. Well, apart from that bit back there, this is awesome. Like I say, I can't wait to get a lift on this. If I can get a lift kit on this and some bigger chunky tyres. Sorry, just wanted to get some light again. We're starting to get a little bit dark. There you go, you can see some buildings over to the right, so we're not that far off now. Over, I use the word bridge loosely. Log pile. No, what was I thinking? Oh, I got stuck here in the Taiga, didn't I? Should have learnt from last time. I need to pull myself to the left here. Oh, we are oh no, I was going to say we are still moving, and then the nose hit the bank, the other side bank, the edge of the puddle, the other side. Let's pull myself sideways like I did with the Taiga. Oh, why did I not? I should have paid more attention to that bit. That's exactly what I did in the Taiga. Come on. Dry ground. Okay. Come on. Just need to get a little bit of traction. Just a bit. There we go. And we're off. Fantastic. Happy days. So, everyone seems to be kind of waiting with bated breath for the first full new map DLC thing. You know, I've still got tons to do on this. I've got loads to do. I know for all you guys that are a lot further forward, you're going to be obviously waiting a bit longer. Yeah, can't wait. And obviously there's the whole, you know, we've been promised faithfully, we are definitely getting mods on console, but people are still very sceptical. We've got a lot of people out there still saying it's not going to happen, you're not going to get them, they're going to keep stringing you along, they're going to keep telling you they're coming right up until they don't. I don't know, I'm still optimistic. I still think we're going to get them. If we do, it'd be fantastic. Oh, pay attention. So yeah, I mean, I'm kind of pretty excited. I think I've mentioned it before on loads of videos. I think it's going to be that point where the game then opens up to becoming more of a playground, which I think is great as well. Sometimes it's just fun to grab a vehicle and just bang around a map, you know, just have a bit of fun with it. Set yourself challenges, rock crawls, hill climbs, you know, test out different vehicles. It's not necessarily going to be about completing contracts with them. It's going to be a case of just a bit of mud plugging, you know. I like that as an idea. That's what makes the game. You've got the longevity of all the extra maps and all the different things you can do, but then there's the contracts and the kind of ongoing opening everything up. But that ability to just say, you know, I've got a couple of hours, I'm a bit bored, I'm going to stick it on and just have a bang around with whatever vehicle. That's what the mod side of things brings to games like this. It's just that ability to just have a bit of fun with it as well, which I think is fantastic. So yeah, we'll see, fingers crossed. We're almost there. Nearly at the end. This thing has done really, really well. I might have to just call it the Gecko from now on. So what is this actually going to do? Does it open any new contracts up? I'm not too sure. And bang. Oh. Job done. Nice. And with that, we have come to the end of this episode. I think I did everything I set out to do. Changing the vehicle out was something a bit different. I wasn't expecting... Well, I wasn't expecting... I kind of was thinking about it when I was driving the Taker through on the first bit, bringing the oversized load. But I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. If you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do, as always. Thanks for watching.